Hi everybody, this is Diane. I am going to show you what I purchased at the flea market today. I went to the Barnes. It's been over a month since I've been there, and my daughter-in-law wanted to go, so I was waiting for a day that she was available. So we went together and I found quite a few things, and then we stopped at a church book sale. It was a large book sale, and I was very good. I just kind of scanned and didn't go through every single book, and I came home with 3, but none of them are for junk journals. So I'm going to show you first of all what I found that is not for junk journals, just in case you're curious. This is one of the items that I picked up at the flea market, and it's a pretty photo album, and it's the kind that you can write the notes, which is what I like. So, and it was, you know, a lot cheaper than if I found it new. Doesn't look like it was ever used. From the book sale, I got 3 books. I got this one, Nostalgia, Spotlight on the 20s, which I thought was a fun book to read. It's got a library pocket in there and a card. It's from 1976, but it's got all these images from the 1920s. So I will read it, and then I will probably use it for junk journals. Like, this would make a really interesting book cover, wouldn't it? Or at least a page in a book. And then I got this one. I was delighted to find this. I don't know, I know the book sale started yesterday, and all of the hardcovers were $1, although I got 3 and they only charged me $2. And when I saw this, I couldn't believe that somebody hadn't snatched it up. Didn't have this on it. This was stuck inside. You can see the outline. And this great big book of the art of Walt Disney. And it's taped. But I love Disney art. I like to have books of Disney art on my shelves. So this one is just for me. The voice of Snow White right there. I'll just have fun looking at this book and all of the beautiful art, especially from the old classic. How old is this book? It's got to be here somewhere. 1973. Before CGI. And then the other book I got from the book sale was this one. I like Ree Drummond. She's the pioneer woman. I don't get into fancy cooking. I like basic food. I'm not... That's a pretty book cover too. I'm a picky eater, so I don't really do cooking recipes and stuff, but I really like her, and I have a lot of her kitchen stuff. I have her dishes and canisters and dish towels, and I have a lot of her stuff. So at the flea market, I have 2 things that I purchased. Oh, 3 things that I purchased that aren't for junk journals. The photo album, and then this book, The Edwardians. I wanted to read this, and then it might eventually end up being used for junk journals, but I was just interested in the era. It does have some fun images though. This is 1970. And I got some dishes. Now these aren't vintage. They were sold at Home Goods, and I can't show you the box because the box was disgusting. It was just a round box. It was a pretty box, but if I can't clean it up, I'm not keeping it. But I just liked these dishes. Dessert plates. Now let's get into the junk journal stuff. I'll go through the books first. This one was free because it doesn't have a cover on it. It's inscribed to someone for Christmas from 1903 to Ralph from Grandma Conklin and Madge. But it's the brittle paper, and I usually just pass these books by. But it was free, and I can just cut the images out and make ephemera with some of the images. And then I got this Black Beauty book, pretty cover, and it says, "In words of one syllable, 1905. And then a bunch of these little books. Two golden books, Little Red Riding Hood and Eloise Wilkins' Mother Goose. This one has crayons marked on it, but I would do something on top of that. This one is not old. It says copyright 1961, but I'm sure this book is newer than that. So it's just the Eloise Wilkins version of Mother Goose. And then Little Red Riding Hood. This is coming off. 1972. And this is a cute version of Little Red Riding Hood. And Mimi is a Whitman Top Tail. MCM-LVII. 1958. 7. It's 3 eyes. 8. So even if the cover isn't decent for a book, I can use the pages. And then these little books I got the night before Christmas. I'm not going to check the year on all of these. They're just these were all in one vendor's booth, and they were 50 cents. Except for this one. This was one of these was in a separate booth. Kittens, 3 Little Ducks, Little Toy Train, The House That Jack Built, Animal Stories, The 3 Bears, The Town Mouse and the Country Mouse, Another Little Red Riding Hood, and The 3 Wishes. Then we have Baby's First Book. Yep, that one was 50 cents. And this one was $1, so this one was in the other barn. There's 2 barns there. And I usually don't find too much in the second barn, but I got these books in the second barn. Okay, some textiles. I got a few handkerchiefs. I love the colors of this one. Some daisies. And they look like morning glories. I just love the colors. And I got this bag of burlap fabric because it's a very fine burlap. It's not the thick weave, the loose weave that I have a small piece of, but this is a pretty big piece, and it's not as coarse. And I got 3 napkins, stained. And I got this, not for the blue fabric, but because of the envelope. I wanted that. Oh, I don't want to have to tear it to get it off. There we go. So I paid $1 for this blue fabric because I wanted this. It's not even a whole envelope, it's just the wrapper. Please do not open wrappers. They were remnant packets. It doesn't have a date on it, but isn't that cool? I'll make something fun with that. And I will wash this and have it ready to use. It's a nice, pretty blue fabric. And I got some Christmas napkins from mid-century. So there's lots of designs, and I don't think there's a repeat of the designs. They're all different. So there's 16 different designs on each napkin, and I have 4 napkins. This is a large piece of tulle that I don't need this much. It's just a nice thick, and it's quite long, and I'm going to be cutting this up, and I'll cut some of that burlap up too. If you guys think you'd be interested in some of the tulle and the burlap in my shop, like together, or at least some of it together. There's more tulle than there is burlap. Okay, now for some more fun stuff. I got this embroidered trim. I think it's the only thing I got that was trim or lace. And one card, the best of mothers on Mother's Day. I just love this picture. I usually prefer to get my vintage cards in a bundle, but I did pay $1 for this, 1920s through 30 or 30s it says, because I love that picture so much. It's just beautiful. This one is fun. I don't know how old it is, but I just like that Land O'Lakes. And it does have some cards in it. I'm going to have this on a shelf in my room, with my craft room here, with, I'll store something in it, but I like the cards that are in it too. And they're kind of stuck in there. There weren't enough cards in here to keep them upright, so they tipped down and got stuck. Well, I guess I got enough out. We can see what they are. So it looks like the cards, I would say, looks like 70s, maybe 80s, but I'm going to go with 70s. I don't see a date on this card. These are some self-stick labels, but I don't know if all these cards came in this box, like that one, but I'm sure these did. So they're pretty, aren't they? Maybe I can Google it and see how old it is. But it's in pretty good condition. It's not marked up. Looks like it never got used, because there's some more. You know, nothing was written on. I'm not going to put them back in there until I have enough cards to put in there. Alright, then this is from the 1800s, I'm sure. It says antique hat prints, and there's 2 cards. I think it came out of a Victorian era publication. And from the same vendor's booth, I got this, which is Antique Peterson's Magazine, 1878. Doesn't have the cover, but it does have a lot of images that I can scan. I can zoom in now. Then there's some text and some more pictures. And I got a little bag of shiny, kind of metallic stickers that you would put on a gift. I've gotten these before. There's a swan. Flowers. So there's pink ones and blue ones. I guess that's it. There's some wedding ones and some showers. Just fun images that I can stick on things to decorate journals. This deck of playing cards is just beautiful. Looks like it's from the 30s. Yep, 1930s Art Deco lady with parasol. This is something different, and I don't know how old it is. City of Boston Taxi Discount Coupon Book. And they're in different colors. So I was very happy to find these. Something I've never found anything like this before. And I don't see any year printed on it. But aren't they fun? Something else I've never found before is this bundle of seed packets. They do have a barcode, but I like them. I even like that one without the color. This one I've had that. Pick it up at Walmart, but these are different. And this badge, London Tower Bridge. I got 2 hook and eye packages because I like the colors. It was 50 cents each. Some of the things I paid more than I would have in the past. But some of them I got really good prices on. Like that 50-cent thing. These are Post-it notes, but they're postcards is what they are, with flowers on them. Wow, there's a lot in here. I didn't realize how many there were. Nice. They're from Current. $40 cards, it says. I don't know if any of them were used, but it doesn't look like it. It's full to the top. So I think I got 40 postcards there for, don't know. Oh, $4. This was just from a camera. It's a little booklet that came with a camera. I just liked this envelope. And this pack of little doilies. Auburn needle case. I usually will only pay $1 or $2 for a needle case. I paid $4.50 for this because I love it. And I am going to be making a digital with some of the needle cases and other sewing ephemera pieces that I have. This is in really good condition. And I got some stationery. So I've got this rose stationery. And lots of envelopes. And then some more stationery underneath with more pink roses. And big envelopes that don't go with it. And the white envelopes. So it's like 2 sets of stationery, but not full, not complete. Except there's a lot of envelopes, so I don't know what was done with the... Oh, there's a pattern inside the envelope. That's pretty. There's a lot more envelopes than there is paper. And the other one is another current product, Just a Notes. With irises. And then the last thing, I think, yeah, last thing, but it was almost the first thing that I found, were these 2 albums. So they're old photograph albums. Lots of pictures. Look at how they overlapped them in here. They didn't put any on the back side though. Oh, there's some on the back side. Some old pictures, and you know, there's different eras in here. These are pages from a photo album. Nothing on them. And this one has a really pretty cover. The Dutch children. It says, "My book, Edward Lee Vogt." And I love these tiny little pictures. I'm going to have fun. And they're just taped on with Scotch tape. I'm going to have fun putting those little pictures in little tuck spots in my albums. Look at those. Aren't they precious? It is 1.5 by not quite 2. There's only a few of that small size, but I love them. So that's what I got. There's one of the pages from that album, and this one does have pictures in it, more little ones. Yeah, fun. Oh, and in the back of this is this letter. 1955. It's a memorandum circulating in London, 1955. How to be efficient with fewer violins. It would be hard to read that little writing, but it's kind of a cool paper. Blue Ridge Parkway. I want to look at this because my daughter just was on the Blue Ridge Parkway on her way to Florida with her family, and when I was a kid, my family drove down the Blue Ridge Parkway camping along the way for vacation one year when I was about 10, I think. So I'm going to take a look at that, and I'll probably show it to my dad. He's been on the Blue Ridge Park, and there's another one. He's been on the Blue Ridge Parkway on his motorcycle with my brother when we were grown-up kids. This one is dated 52-53, which would have been before I was on the Blue Ridge Parkway. That's it goes through Virginia and North Carolina. I don't know. This map does. I don't know if the Blue Ridge Parkway is longer than that, but it's in the Blue Ridge Mountains, obviously. And Seeing New York, the gray line. So those are some bonus things. Lower class regulations and traditions. Do not read, talk, or sing in the latrine or hallway. March and stand at marked attention. This includes halls of the barracks, the guard room, and while reading the bulletin board. So this must have been a military class. Yeah, cadets. And some postcards. Radio City Music Hall. Must have been a show called Showplace, maybe, with Doris Day and Gordon MacRae. Cool. That would have been exciting. The Rainbow Room. And a map of Long Island. So I had a lot of finds today. So if you remember, what was your favorite from all the things that I brought home today? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a creative day today. Bye-bye.